Hello and welcome to the brand new CraftySniper's airsoft videos. On today's video I'm going to be finally just reaching the end of the journey with this. The SRS Silverback Sniper Rifle. Don't think that's a bad thing. I'm finally reaching the end of the journey of upgrading this thing to the beastly life-taking rifle that I know this rifle to be. It's absolutely awesome. This is just going to be a video just showing you or telling you what I've actually done with the rifle and what's next for the rifle. There aren't that many things that are actually next for it, to be honest with you. But I started off with a question. What sniper rifle is out there in airsoft world, airsoft land, what you like to call it nowadays, that is capable of going toe-to-toe with a Tokyo Marine VSR G-Spec upgraded sniper rifle? And I went through a few choices. There's three that I can think of. There's this. There is the Aries Striker, and there is the Novritsch SSG-24. Now, first and foremost, the SSG-24. I'm going to ignore the fact that Novritsch has had anything to do with that rifle. Let's just push him way out there somewhere. The rifle is good. I'm not going to knock it. The rifle is a very, very good rifle, capable of lifting .48 out to 80 odd meters. Not an issue with that. The issue I have with the rifle is the fact that it costs nigh on £700 to import. Now, I know you guys are going to be shouting back at me, but crafty sniper rifles cost a lot of money. You should know that better than anyone else, and that is correct. However, all those sniper rifles that I've got that I worked on, I did the work on. That's how I understand how these rifles work. You use it, and then you upgrade it, but you do it yourself. You understand how this system works, and you have a bit more respect for this rifle. The SSG-24, I have no doubt that it is upgraded by people that know what they're doing. But to me, to spend upwards of £700 to get a rifle into the country, I would like to have the knowledge of how that rifle works. And yes, you could strip it down, but what would be the point? You shouldn't need to upgrade that rifle. It should be shooting absolutely brilliantly from the get-go. So that's the reason why I count the SSG-24 out of the equation. Now, the Striker's a bit different. It's a good rifle with potential. I have one, I've upgraded it, I haven't had much luck with it, I'll be perfectly honest. However, that being said, I do know people have got 80 meter kill shots out of this thing. And again, it takes a lot of money to throw at this rifle to make it good. But I don't know what it is about the Aries Striker. I just don't get that feeling regarding that rifle. However, this one's different, this being the Silverback SRS. Now, we all know, a friend of mine had the 16-inch, I do believe, covert version of the SRS, and he got me hooked on this rifle. I used his rifle, I ignored the fact that it was a bit too small for me, but the ability to lob a .48 gram BB out past 90 meters and be accurate is something not to be sniffed at. So I ended up with a 26-inch version of the SRS, which is the biggest that Silverback do, and it's absolutely fantastic. I love this rifle. Now, this rifle has been fielded 3 times now. The last 2 times in the same configuration that the rifle has, internally speaking, that is, as of right now. The first time, the only difference was I had a, what's the manufactured name of it? I think it's called a Baton Ryushu, I could be pronouncing it. It's a black hot booking. Recommended to get that. I got it, it was installed for me. And basically the end result is, somewhere along the line, it got a split. Which kind of left me with poor range, very crap accuracy. However, I've changed that now. I've now got the 100% air seal booking inside it, which is clear, and I have a metal nub, which is in an hourglass kind of formation, position even, and it sits there and it just puts a brilliant or a pressing image, for want of a better word, but pressure onto the R-hop patch that I have installed into this rifle. End result is, now this rifle is capable of putting out 85 meter kill shots. I am very sure this rifle can shoot, or the BBs will land, I should say, at 90 odd meters. No issues with that whatsoever. But I'm talking a usable distance. I mean, I've shot people from 70 meters away with this rifle, and they never even saw it coming. And by God, do they feel it when they hit them. It is an accurate rifle. There's no swing, there's no hooks, there's no anything like that. The BB just goes straight out there and just drops down onto the target. The rest of the upgrades I've got in this rifle, from the rearmost, I have a Teflon spring guide, I have an M160 spring, I have a fast hop chamber. Like I said, I've got the 100% air seal booking and a metal nub. I've got I think it's either 50 or 60 degree R-hop patch put onto my Lombarda 22-inch 6.03 inner barrel. And internally speaking, that is about it. In fact, the last upgrade has finally turned up. It turned up yesterday, and that is this. This is a piston. This is the heavy piston. At the moment, I have a standard piston inside this gun. Now, basically, the difference is this one weighs a bit more, hence why it's called a heavy piston. Basically, that's going to put my... Shouldn't do too much to the FPS, but it will send my joules up on heavyweight ammunition. I remember I'm using 4.8s in this thing. So I've also ordered one of these. This is an M140 spring. So I've got an M140, I've got an M150, and I've got an M160. I also have the spring this rifle came with, which I think is about a 120. It's absolutely weak as heck, but it is there anyway. I don't think I'll be needing that spring. But basically, this is going in later on. I'm going to do some testing, and I'm then probably going to need to put the 140 spring in to bring myself back underneath the joule limits whilst using 0.48 gram BBs. Now, talking about BBs, I've been in talks with one of the shops that I've been ordering quite a few things through. Longbow BB in the UK, or Longbow Airsoft in the UK. We're stuck up a kind of bit of a deal at the moment. I have my own discount code. Voucher code, we'd like to call it, set up for any of you guys. If you guys want to order any ammunition, it includes the 4.8 grams I've been using in this rifle, it includes the 4.3s I've been using in the Mark 23. I do believe they go all the way down to 2.8s. They have bios and non-bios. They even have 5s. 0.5 gram BBs. Now at the moment they are a dark greyish to black colour, so they're not quite as good as, you know, it's nice to see the white BB flying out there. You're not going to see a dark coloured BB at all. But I would love to test those to see what that rifle's actually doing with 0.5s. But anyway, I divulge. If you're going to order any BBs, pop onto the Longbow page, place your order, and then when you go through to one of the pages before you confirm your order, there's a little box marked, I do believe, voucher code. And if you put the word crafty, as in CraftySniper, you will get 5% off the retail price. So that, I mean, that's a great deal, I think, because I know how expensive BBs are, and the heavier they get, the more pricey they get. So anything to get a little bit money off, you guys get 5% off the retail price of BBs at Longbow Airsoft. Now, website for them, I do recall, is www.longbowbb.co.uk. So, like I say, 5% off the retail price. Fantastic deal. Thank you very much, guys, for allowing me to have that deal to pass on to the airsofters. So, yes, that's a quick video on my SRS. Like I say, there's only a few small things to do, including, like I say, the heavy bolt, the heavy piston even. I am going to be setting this scope up. For all you guys that know me, the last 3 events I've been using this rifle without a scope. The reason why is there is no point in setting a scope up to a rifle that probably isn't shooting as best it can. I'm getting to that point now where this rifle is shooting as good as it's going to get, and I'm happy with it. So that's the time that is the time to set up a rather nice scope. I have on here I don't know what the manufacturer is, but it's an LT4x16x50 AOL. No idea what that means. All I know is it's a big scope, and it kind of fits rather nicely onto the SRS. So yeah, that's this rifle pretty much all dealt with. If you're in the market for an airsoft sniper rifle and you can stomach the cost of these things, I mean, this one's 570 odd pounds. It is the most expensive of the range, being obviously it's the biggest of the range. But there are ones around the 450 plus. I think there was a deal going somewhere in the UK as well. I can't remember what the company was, but they were selling them actually a little bit less than that. So, you know, they're out there. The deals are out there for these rifles. Like I say, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions or comments regarding the SRS, please feel free to ask me on the Facebook page or ask on the YouTube page. I will answer all comments or reply to any of the comments that you guys put up there. So I hope you found this video informative. Like I say, I love the SRS. Fully paid up supporter of the SRS project. I think it's absolutely awesome. So yes, I'm CraftySniper, and I will see you on an airsoft field very, very soon.